everybody, and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. We are at the, what is at this point, 1-year-old second race for Chicagoland Speedway, the Tropicana 400. Coming off a pretty good result at the Pepsi 400 that saw us get a top 5. And what was honestly a pretty boring race just because there wasn't a whole lot of cars around us for most of that race, so Chicagoland should be a little different. P30 on lap 1, see if we can pick it up here. Of course, Chicagoland not currently on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule as of recording. Taken off after, I want to say it was after 2020. I don't believe it was on the schedule for 2021. Here we go, up to the line, this lap. Whoa, we got loose in the grass right at the end there. So that didn't help us improve.
The NASCAR Winston Cup Series comes to Illinois this week for today's race, the Tropicana 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. This is still a new track for these teams. Tell us about it, Barney.
NASCAR Winston Cup racing in the Midwest. The fans here are excited. I'm happy to be back here, and I think we're in for a great show.
Ken Schrader really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Bobby Hamilton would like to break this run of bad luck he's been having at the speedways.
And a good finish would go a long way in boosting that team's morale. I guarantee it would make a whole lot easier to come to these racetracks.
The Delphi car seems to always have to start toward the back at these speedway tracks.
Man, that's true. Maybe he likes having to pass all those cars on race day. I know I would prefer to start towards the front, and I'm sure he would too. But hey, he'll get there with some patience.
Another week, another bashing from the MRN crew, but how about this front row? Roush 1-2 here with Jeff Burton and Greg Biffle on the front row. Pretty good start for them. So here we go. It is the second half of the season. We are green from the Chicagoland Speedway. Working our way up through the gears here. Upgrades coming our way after this race, so a lot to look forward to on the horizon. As again, halfway through the season at this point, the coverage has shifted to TNT and NBC. I remember as a kid, because 2002 was my first year watching, I remember as a kid being very confused when it was different announcers and it had such a different look to it, because, you know, that's something I had never seen before. Because I had never seen sports be on different channels. To me, it was NASCAR was on those two networks. The broadcasters is who we had, and I had no idea. It's Jeff Purvis and Bill Elliott get underneath us here, not off to a great start here. Try coming back on the high line a little bit here in 3 and 4. Up the track a little bit, have to let out of the throttle. That's not going to help us as we go 3 wide out of the corner. Todd Bodine being sandwiched between us and Elliott Sadler. We are dropping back quite a bit here. We do not seem to have a very fast car right now. I mean, it's handling just fine. We overdrove it a little into 3 and 4, but nothing's wrong with the car. It's just, we are slow right now. I believe we have 100% engine, but I don't think our chassis is at 100% if I remember correctly, so I guess that could be affecting us here. Try to follow Jeremy Mayfield through here to get past Jamie McMurray. Seems like if we leave the bottom, we're going to be screwed here. Some of the guys that have passed us have moved up quite a bit already. So, whoa, loose out of the corner there. The car is a little loose maybe on exit. Could tighten it a little, but we'll see how it is as the run progresses here. Oh, sorry there. as Harvick drove it in deep to get past us. And you can see down the straightaway just how slow we are, so definitely just a speed issue right now. So just going to do what we can in this race, try not to bang up the cars, and just get out of here in one piece maybe. Maybe look back to the inside of Kevin Harvick here. And actually we'll get to the inside of Johnny Benson a little bit. We're 3 wide there, Casey Atwood on the high side. Do gain a spot there, though. Also, you have to remember this was a new track, so the grooves were not worked in yet, like we see in more modern-day NASCAR at this track. So this is a pretty low groove track, so that can have an effect as well. We're just going to follow Kevin Harvick right now. We're going to try to hold up Mayfield there on the high side. Both front tires are already getting pretty worn. As Greg Biffle, who started second, has dropped like an absolute rock in this race, back to P30 now, as Harvick goes past.
Great lap. Number 16, you're up another spot. You're clear.
So not a great start for Biff, as we get past him as well, moving us back to P30 where we started this race.
Fuel tank ought to be about half empty.
So halfway on fuel here.
With 27 cars.
Whoa! Texas Terry Labonte there, slowing down a lot there. Ran into the back of him. Dale Jr. coming up on him. He's having a terrible race as well, as we're going to go into the corner 3 wide. Seems like the car's starting to come alive just a little bit. It's momentum, though, important, and the moving up through the field is slow, but it's what we need right now. Get underneath this 43 car. Love that Grand's paint scheme. Love the Pillsbury car. Does anyone remember Pillsbury used to have a cooking competition that aired on TV? I have vague memories of watching that as a kid. In the early 2000s. Get underneath our fellow 63 car. Except he's the one with the weird windshields. A bit of clean air now, so this is something new for us. See if we can actually work on gaining up to these guys at all. As way overdrove the corner there. Actually going to smack the wall a little bit, but pit stops are underway now.
Work a little harder, that lap.
Well, previously only a couple cars have pitted, but looks like after a lap or two, a majority of the field going to be bringing it down pit road here. At least in the midfield. Leaders still appear to be staying out.
Back on your marks now. We're slipping a little on the clock. Got one down left.
Lap times have slowed down, of course, but pretty consistent so far, so not too concerned as of yet. Looks like a good amount of cars staying out this time. Some coming in. I think we're going to go ahead and bring it in this time. Nearly speeding there. Don't worry about any of the damage. Honestly, that feels fine. Actually, the wedge does now. So we'll just go to our pit box here.
That's halfway.
We managed to hold up John Andretti a good amount there.
We're falling back. Focus on your marks, buddy.
Exit with some guys here. Whoa, very loose on the apron. Nervous gonna get past us here. Again, our car's slow through the upshifts right now.
Cars entering the track ahead.
Please don't tell me we're actually P39.
The 63 car still up.
Go crossing the line here.
Clear, buddy. There's some leaders coming in. Car inside.
So more cars have to pit, it appears. Currently P37. So just trying to keep these guys behind us. And again, the car very loose on the opening of a run. So here come some guys like Biffle now. Should be relatively close to where we were here. Probably still lost a couple spots just because of... That's how it goes for us. There is Jamie Mack in front of us. He's rejoining the track here.
Number 63 is gaining on you.
Whoa, Shane there gets a little loose. Taking a look underneath Jamie. Not going to make anything happen right there. So we're battling for what is currently P35. But it'll actually be P33, so not too much damage there in the pit stops for us. So we're just going to work on seeing if we can catch any of these cars finally. With only a couple laps to go, we were able to use the pace here to catch up to Todd Bodine, at least so we can have a highest finish, maybe a 32nd here. So we're going to go underneath both of them, 3 wide into turn 1 maybe. Todd Bodine backs out. But he's going to come back on the bottom now of both of us. It looked like he was going to lose a spot, but actually he's going to hold on to a spot. Maybe a little bit of contact with us. Got a car blowing up.
Number 26.
So Bodine kind of shoves us out wide as Biffle, after a front row start, fell to the back and is now out of this race. Whoa, where did Steve Park come from? Here we go, just 2 laps to go. We're battling again, a little bit of rub in there with Todd getting into the corner there. We'll be able to clear him there. Now we need to try to get up to Jamie, possibly.
Gas tank is getting empty.
Leader is coming up behind us. I believe it's Jeff Gordon. White flag for us, checkered flag for Jeff Gordon here at Chicagoland. He's going to take home the win here. Don't think we're going to be able to get back up to Jamie. I think we've used up all of our stuff here. So it looks like we're going to be trying to hold on to a P33 over Steve Park here. Pretty disappointing, but the car just hasn't had pace all day, just slow. Hold off Steve Park, take home a P33 here at Chicagoland. Not much to say, we'll just move on.
There weren't very many lead changes.
You could definitely tell the drivers who had the stronger cars. They got out front early and they stayed there the majority of the race.
The 63 car doesn't look any different than when he started this race.
Yeah, you never quite know what's going to happen in these NASCAR Winston Cup races. When you finish a race and your car still looks brand new, you've done one heck of a job as a driver.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Join us again for our next live broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing right here on the Voice of NASCAR, MRN.
So after all that, we are still P20 in the standings. So we currently have $1 million in the bank. Let's go ahead, put our car in for the next race. We have 100% engine, good, and 100% chassis, excellent. Just what we need for the next race. As for our chassis, we now have an upgrade on the car, so we're going to be building a new chassis. Get that in within 3 races. As well as, let's go ahead and overhaul one of these, maybe. Let's overhaul chassis number 3, because that appears to be our worst right now. So go ahead, get that done. That'll be done in 2 races. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's move up to the engines here. So engines are currently being worked on. And I don't know, do we want to build another engine? I think we might want to build another engine for now. Let's get that done within 3 races. And that will kind of allow us to maybe take more of our time here for a bigger project here. So, taking a look at what we've done so far, we've done 1 power upgrade, 1 tire wear, and 1 downforce. So, if we're going off what we've been doing, it is time to go back into the power. Now, this one, if we do it at its current cost, it will actually be done after the Daytona 500 next season, so that doesn't help us out too much here. But we do need to do something like that. We could do some gas upgrades. Let's see here. 3 races, that would be $300,000, or 9 races for 100. Just trying to think here, because we are building a new engine as well. Let's see here. If we wanted to do it any faster, we would need $1 million. So probably not going to be able to do the engine power right now. We'll go ahead and do the engine efficiency. We'll do that at a 6-race pace, just so that's $200,000. We get a little bit out of those current engines. We're not spending too much money there. And we still have 9 races to go on all of our sponsorships. So next up is going to be New Hampshire for the New England 300. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more NASCAR Thunder 2003 content. I'll see ya in the next video. Bye!